Hello, everybody. Whew, I'm gonna give everybody like a second to come through. Let me just. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's weekly healing circle. I know we didn't get to be here last week, but we are here this week. We will be doing an energy clearing meditation today. So if you need to grab your favorite crystal, if you need to grab like some water or something, if you need to grab something grounding or anything like that, go ahead and grab that because we will be doing an energy clearing meditation. Definitely. Hello, everybody. I'm like, okay, I'm live on everything. So for y'all to know if I'm looking at a specific way, is because I'm live on Instagram over here, TikTok over here, and then YouTube over there. So I try to hit all of the lives at one time so we could just be on the same page, okay? So yes, hey Lana, thank you for the comment. Wait, why can I see the? Oh, I'm like on the wrong. Hold on, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, I have the hair all out today. I had it out yesterday because I was at Drums Along the Hudson, so I was like, I wanted to represent the Afro Indigenous community, as well as my Tainos out there. So yeah, I had like a blast. I had a blast over there. It was so much fun. I am editing the vlog for y'all, so y'all gonna have to give me a minute. I'm probably gonna have it out tomorrow. Last week was a hot mess because Mercury retrograde like stopped my damn internet because there was something wrong with the damn machine, so they had to come in and switch it. And by the time that everything got fixed, it was like the end of the week, and I was like, here's a ton of videos that I've been editing for y'all while I haven't been able to post. But yeah, I've only been able to like just kind of do stuff through my phone mainly, so it's been a little bit difficult, but we back. Also a couple of announcements, y'all, really quickly. One, I will be in Puerto Rico on Wednesday. Literally the day before the eclipse, I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico. So with that said, next Monday I might not be able to do the weekly healing circle. I will let you guys know next week if I'll be able to do it, just because I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live from the islands. I will try my hardest, but if I can't do it, I can't do it. I know on the Monday itself, we're going to be doing a ritual for the for the ancestral spirits over there. And so I'm going to be a little bit busy, but it's not going to take up the whole entire day. So it's one of those things that I may or may not, depending on when we're doing it and all that stuff. Yeah, so bear with me. I will let y'all know. I will let y'all know what's going to happen and all that jazz, okay? Now, I said it for those who just joined. We will be doing an energy clearing meditation today. This is for those who don't know or who are new to my channel. This is the weekly healing circle, so we focus on healing. That's like the whole purpose of it. We start off the week healing, focusing on something, getting the messages and the downloads for the week, so then you guys are good to go for the rest of the week, and it's all, you know, Gucci. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using the mudra card deck to pick our mudra for this meditation, for the energy clearing meditation. So the mudras are meant to hold them in your hands while you're doing the meditation, because they provide additional healing and transformation, because the hands are a powerful energy pusher. That's what I'm going to call it, an energy pusher. If you've ever gotten Reiki or anything like that, then you would know. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the card for this week. Let's see what we get for the mudras for this week for the energy clearing. And I think it's a good, I last week I was planning on doing the energy clearing, but then it didn't ended up happening. So I was like, you know what? We're going to keep the same, it's going to be the same energy. We're going to keep this energy clearing for today, because I do feel like moving up until this eclipse, like we need to be clear. We need to like be good to go. And so I want to say y'all up for success. That's the whole point of the weekly healing circle. So what mudras, Spirit, what mudras should we collectively be using for this energy clearing? Whoop, hold on. Something fell. Hold on. Give me a second. And there we go. That's one. Okay. What mudra should we be using for weekly? Okay. that jumped out. So we're just going to go by that. Whoa. Wow. Wow, y'all. Okay, so the first one is optimal circulation. I'm going to pass them around a couple of times so you guys can see them properly. Optimal circulation. This is what this looks like. Optimal circulation. So I'm going to read this part to y'all. So it says, releasing into the stream of serenity, I experience complete inner nourishment and healing. Wow. Optimal circulation. So if you want to use this mudra for the meditation, this is what it looks like. This is what the hand position looks like. So you can go ahead and start getting into that hand position if that's the one that you want to choose. The next one is meditation. The next one is meditation. Following the rhythmic flow of the breath, the mind finds a natural place to rest. Wow. Following the rhythmic flow of the breath, the mind finds a natural place of rest. That is beautiful. This is what this one looks like. Meditation. Meditation. That's what that looks like. That's how meditation looks like. Pay close attention to the hand positioning. That's what that looks like right there. Meditation. And then the last one is Serenity. Okay, Serenity. Bathing in my inner lake of serenity, I experience complete peace and harmony. Lord, okay, Serenity. This is what Serenity looks like, which is close to, like, they look similar, but they're different. Serenity. Serenity. So these look really close, but they're different because you're using two hands on this one. So place close attention to the card. So Serenity. This is what Serenity look like. You look like the sun too. That's my Leo rising, boo. That's my Leo rising. I always look like the sun. Okay, so I'm going to show them all again so y'all can go ahead and pick. If you already have yours, go ahead and drop a heart in the comments. So I know that y'all have your card, okay? And again, for those who are just joining, we are doing an energy clearing meditation, and we're going to be using the mudras to get ourselves centered into the energy. Pick the one that is most aligned with what you need right now. So the first one is optimal circulation. Releasing into the stream of serenity, I experience complete inner nourishment and healing. Okay, optimal circulation. You want things to flow. You want things to make sure they're circulating around. You want things to make sure they're like in balance in there. You're going to want to use this one. Then we have meditation. Okay, meditation. Following the rhythmic flow of the breath, the mind finds a natural place of rest. Okay, meditation. This is a really beautiful one. Meditation. So go ahead and drop the heart if you already picked a thing. If you already picked the card. The next one is Serenity. Serenity. Bathing in the inner lake of serenity, I experience complete peace and harmony. Okay? Harmony, serenity, peace, y'all. Peace. Peace. Okay, this is what this one looks like. This is what that one looks like. Let me know. I'm seeing some hearts on TikTok. I need some hearts on the gram and some hearts on YouTube to make sure that you guys are good to go. Drop some hearts so I can know if you guys got the card that you want to use. Serenity. Serenity. So this one is two hands. Serenity. Serenity. Okay, I see some hearts on Instagram. I'm just waiting on y'all, YouTube. I'm waiting on y'all. I'm just waiting on y'all. This is what it looks like. And then Serenity. So wait, I can't even see if the light is like, there we go. Serenity. That's what Serenity looks like. So there you go. Those are the options for this meditation. Okay. Instagram is ready. Instagram is for show ready. I'm waiting. I don't know if there's a delay on YouTube. I hope that they got it. I hope that they good. I think that they got it. I hope that y'all got it. These are the options. Okay. All right. So we are going to get started on the meditation. Okay. So I want you guys to just start focusing in on your breath. You're just going to relax. If you want to, I'm going to give you the little spiel. You can get into half lotus pose, full lotus pose, or just lay on your back completely. And just start to relax. Bring some energy, some relaxation to your breath, to your body. Start to close your eyes and breathing out. Taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. I want you to take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. I want you to start to visualize yourself inside of a golden egg. And you're taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. This golden egg energy, it's divine healing light. So you're breathing in that divine healing light. And you're breathing out. Taking deep breaths in. Sending that divine healing light to anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of extra attention. And taking deep breaths out. Relaxing your body. Relaxing your spirit. Relaxing your mind. On your next breath, I want you to bring your attention to your root chakra. And I want you to visualize a white light building in that space. You're taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. I want you to see that light extend down from your feet all the way down, seeking the core of the earth. So you're visualizing that white light penetrating the Earth's atmosphere, passing through the clouds, the air, the trees, penetrating the ground, going through layer by layer, until your white light connects to the earth and its core. As your light, your energetic bond, makes that connection with the Earth's core, it bounces back and starts sending that light back to you. So you're watching how that light moves from the earth, passing the trees, the sky, the atmosphere, until it reaches back to your body. You're taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. Take a moment to let that light pass through from your root, the base, to your womb, from your womb to your stomach, from your stomach to your heart, from your heart to your throat, from your throat to your third eye, from your third eye to your crown and out. Let that light pass through all of your energetic field. Let it cleanse any part of your energy that has been feeling stuck, stagnant, and frustrated. And you're taking deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. Take a moment to thank the earth for giving you and cleansing you with this energy. ready, you can let go of your connection to the earth. And start to bring your focus back on your breath. Taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. Taking deep breaths in, sending that divine healing light anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of extra attention. Deep breaths out. When you're ready, you can come back and just let me know in the comments when you're back. I see that some of you guys are back already. I hope that that was helpful. Matt said, my headache is going away, yay. Yes. Big Mac, Paddywhack, that's such a cool name, said I really needed that grounding. You guys are welcome. You know that that's what the weekly healing, that's why the weekly community circle is like. That's the purpose, for us to come and heal and relax and take a breath and like release some things. So I'm really glad that that meditation was helpful for y'all. You guys know we come here, we are here we're here every week, except for probably next week. I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico. I don't know y'all. But I hope that that was really helpful, and I hope that you guys got to rebalance some things. For those who are going to want to access the meditation later, you can follow me on YouTube or on Instagram, because that's where the replays are. TikTok doesn't have a replay availability, so I can't, I can't do it on here. So yeah, I hope that, if you guys want to access that meditation later or at another time, you guys can always access it on YouTube or on Instagram. So make sure you're following me on, all of the things. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys got, okay, we back. We here and we back. Your Pisces vid is so good. Oh, thank you, my love. But wait, which one? The one where I said that Pisces are legendary? Because they are. They really are, though. They're a whole entire chef's kiss. I mean, I feel like each sign is very complicated. I saw a lot of people. So for those who follow me on the other platforms, I made a whole video on how I personally believe that Scorpio is the most intuitive sign. Like their intuition is like, I feel like, strongest. And it kind of blew up. It went like viral on TikTok, as things do, as things do. But I also talked about how Pisces is legendary. It's one of the absolute most impacting signs when it comes to culture and the community and history, because we're still studying art. We hold it to a high regard. So yeah, Pisces energy and Pisces are very important. They are the last sign. Astrologically speaking, they rule reflection. So it's all within that. Reflecting on art, that's still Pisces energy. It's a very powerful sign. So yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the video on it, and I'm gonna do a breakdown on TikTok on how each sign uses their intuition. But I will warn you right now, not all signs use their intuition in the way that you expect it to, because intuition a lot of the time is something that's associated to the water signs, because they rule, that connection to spirituality, tapping into your emotions, tapping into that consciousness energy. They're the ones that rule that. Granted, the air signs have a lot of power. They're also very much about the mind, because Mercury rules consciousness, Gemini rules consciousness. So I will do a breakdown on how each sign uses their intuition. But some signs use their intuition in a non-spiritual way, and I'm gonna need y'all to understand that part. I'm just saying. I'm letting you know right now. Some signs like Aries, Capricorn, they don't do things the way that you would expect your intuitive kind of, person to be. When it comes to like feeling someone's vibe or anything, they like just go by the beat of their own drum. But I'm gonna do that breakdown, because somebody asked me on TikTok to do all the signs. So I will do that for y'all. I will definitely do that for y'all. If you guys want to know my pick for who are the most intuitive signs, though, there is a YouTube video that I did on that. And I also talked about the placements that are the most intuitive, which houses are the most intuitive, and what, all that kind of jazz. So I did make a video about that. It's on my YouTube. So if you guys wanted to check that out at some point. Anyway, so let us talk about this week, because we are building up to an eclipse. And for those who did not watch my breakdown, I did do the eclipse breakdown on my YouTube. So that's like 32 minutes of me explaining. I pulled the cards out and I talked about the spell guide as far as what I recommend to you working with the energy, what elements to work with, what your spell work should kind of like have, or, the prerequisite to your spell work as well. So I do that every single like full and new moon, and the eclipses and everything. I do the breakdown for you guys all of the time. So if you guys wanted to see that breakdown so you can get that info, it is on the YouTube link. It would be on bio for everyone except for YouTube. For my YouTube community, y'all already saw it. Y'all saw it already. But okay, so we definitely have quite a bit going on, and I do think that it's important for us to kind of let's talk about the retrogrades right now, because I do feel like that's one of the parts of even the eclipse itself that it's getting a little bit just not paid attention to as much as I wish people were paying attention to. So right now, Mercury's in retrograde in Gemini, right? So everybody's bitching about, Mercury retrograde. But y'all, listen, Saturn is also in retrograde, and Pluto is also in retrograde. Pluto is currently in Capricorn, okay? And so if you guys were paying attention, well, I mean, for those who've been following me for a minute, you guys know I was talking a lot about all the Capricorn energy, Capricorn placements. Pluto is like the last to leave the Capricorn energy. It's still going to be sitting there for a while, and Pluto has been doing a lot of work when it comes to what Capricorn rules. Capricorn rules tradition, foundation, the government, career, legacy, social status. It's about what you put in the work into, as well as like the goals, the dreams, what you're trying to achieve, like all of that is Capricorn energy. That includes the government, that includes laws that are passed, that includes businesses, that includes what needs to be updated and changed. And so Pluto is bringing that energy of transformation to Capricorn energy, to all that Capricorn rules. That includes finances. Even though Taurus rules financial institutions, all of the earth signs do have a connection to finances. Capricorn also, because it rules businesses and that kind of the kind of build up to how the finances move around the community itself. It also deeply connects to money and finances. And so when Pluto is in Capricorn in a retrograde, it says, okay, you need to look backwards. You need to reanalyze. You need to reanalyze your goals. You need to reanalyze your dreams. You also should be paying attention to where Capricorn falls in your chart, where Pluto is transiting in your chart as well, on your personal chart. But when it comes to the collective itself, Pluto is a generational planet. It affects the generation, okay? It is the collective. It affects all of us. It affects us differently, but it affects all of us, and it does have an impact on how we all come together, how we all move, how we navigate each other. And so right now there's a lot happening with the government. There's definitely has been a lot with the laws that have been, proposed and everything like that. But there's a lot happening with the government. There's a lot happening with the institutions that have been there for a really long time. And this includes businesses that have been there for a very, very long time. You are seeing a transformation on behavior. One of the things that I've been seeing a lot lately is there's been a lot more ads for like targeting spiritual people. So I'm a Capricorn. I'm also a Capricorn. But there's been a lot of ads targeting like the spiritual community lately. There's been a lot of they're paying attention, like businesses and stuff. Businesses, these corporations, these kind of like they're paying attention to what this generation is popping on. And right now, everybody's kind of been going through kind of their spiritual journey, their spiritual path. Like they're all kind of targeting different things. This is why at some point you saw Sephora selling. They're still selling like different types of crystals and stuff like that. Sephora. Granted, glamour magic is a completely different playing field, and we could talk about it in a separate video. But there is this kind of acknowledgement to the spiritual community. There's this acknowledgement that's happening to the foundation, the traditions that we were built on. Because Capricorn, it rules that tradition, it rules that foundation. It rules the ground in which you build the house and live on, okay? And so you're starting to see how different businesses, different kind of people have the mindset of, oh, we need to target this community. Oh no, these people, women nowadays are different than the women that were, that were growing up like maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. They're just different. They want different things. They have different perspectives. They have different views. They stand up. They use their voice. They are not necessarily, like staying quiet about certain topics. They're really like coming out and speaking their truth. And there are companies that are actively looking at what's popping in the communities, like the conversations that are being had. And because it's in a retrograde, it's gonna what's happening right now is that you're gonna see a lot of the mindset of how things are targeted and how like even the company's like mission statement and like their rules or their kind of the things that they themselves say is it's what they believe in, what the company should be, what the company what's it called? I keep forgetting like what the damn thing is called. Like what the purpose of the company is, what it's targeting, why it does what it does. There's like a more focus on looking at what the people are doing and reevaluating and saying, you know what, maybe we need to target this audience. Maybe we need to reevaluate what we do over here. Maybe, and on a personal level, some of you is like, maybe I should look at other ways in which I can have different streams of income, or even like because Capricorn connects to the root, how we can work with our ancestors. For example, Pluto and Capricorn in retrograde, ancestor work, straight up ancestor work. If you're working on it with a spiritual level, if not, on a generational wise, it can look like so many different things, okay? But on a personal level, this is ancestor work. This is healing generational trauma. This is working on that, again, the foundation in which the house was built. If you were living in a house that your great grandparents built for you, there's still a lot to unpack from that house, okay? There's still a lot that was built, said, that's feeding into the wood of that house, okay? There's a lot that's there's a lot of breath in there. There's a lot of spirit in there. There's a lot of energy in there. And so Pluto in Capricorn in retrograde is unpacking a lot of that. It's like taking it apart and saying, okay, let's look backwards. Let me look at what needs to be fixed. Do I need to add something to this house? Do I need to add a sunroom? Do I want to add a garden? What do I want to do with this house? How can I make it more me? How can I upgrade that? And so the transformation that Pluto brings through Capricorn in retrograde is very to its core. It's something that also is not very much seen. That's kind of the thing about the retrograde of Pluto specifically. Pluto is like a silent killer in a way. And I'm not saying like he's killing people, even though he rules death. What I mean is that he moves in the darkness. He moves in quietness. And so when you have Pluto like navigating through a lot of this focus on Capricorn energy, family, like the root, your foundation, where you come from, you see how reflecting backwards and how even you yourself going on your own personal journey, how then that affects your own family, how that affects your own family line, and like even the vibe or everything kind of starts changing a little bit. Now, those family members might not know what's going on from you doing the work that you're doing, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening, and that doesn't mean that the shifts are not there. The things that you are healing are active. The things that you're healing and transforming are actively setting up the next generation for success, and we need to keep that in mind, especially while this is in retrograde, because Pluto is absolutely one of those things that it's about looking for the truth. Pluto rules the unconscious mind, and it says, hey, if you're gonna dive into me, if you're gonna want to dive in and know what's up, you're gonna find out the truth. Sometimes the truth is not that positive. Sometimes the truth is not as grand as we want it to be. However, there's truth there. There's a foundation there. You need to look deeper into what you're built on, what the focus is, what has been passed down to you. Like, if you look at your life as an inheritance, something that your own ancestors have passed down to you, and you look at yourself around, like you look at your life around you, you're like, okay, this is what they passed down to me. This is literally it. But what is it? What is deep rooted into the bloodline? What is going on? What has been passed down? One of the funny things that has been coming up a lot in my past life readings that I've been doing with you guys is ancestor work and bloodline work. Like, literally, been doing so much bloodline work. But bloodline work, things being activated at certain times. One of the things that you guys should know about doing ancestor work, especially when it comes to healing and when things happen and why things happen, is that there are certain people, certain things that happen within our generations and within the ancestors. Like, let's say one ancestor had trauma with, they had a fear of something. They had a fear of like dying, or they had like something happen to them, or they have issues with power. So let's use that example. They have an issue with power, and they're either very submissive or, very like, they take control and they like to put their control over other people. What you will see happen throughout that bloodline is, because that energy, that manipulation, and that overuse of power has been used incorrectly, that energy is absorbed by the blood itself. So when we then multiply and have kids and do all that stuff, there are certain people within our bloodline, like moving forward through the bloodline, that activate that fear or that overuse of power. And so you will have, uncles and aunts or great aunts who had this issue, and some people who skip it because they have, like, whether it be like their chart, they were born under a certain energy and they know how to control themselves or whatnot. But some people will tap into that and they will still have that fear or that over control of power because of that one ancestor who done fucked it up for everyone else. So that gets passed through the blood and it gets activated by people. That work, redoing that work, revisiting that work, Pluto, Capricorn, retrograde. Absolutely necessary to do, to actually dig in and say, okay, what do I need to clear up? Where are the issues? What is going on? Why is this important? Why is it not important? Why does this keep coming up? I notice one uncle does this, and I know it's another, like my other great aunt does this. Why is this a thing? Why is this an issue? Why does my family have so much financial issues? Where did this stop? Where did this become a thing where now we're in a mindset or a thing of lack? Where does that energy come from? When you dive into the ancestor work, you discover the truth. And that's what Pluto is ultimately bringing. Now, Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius right now. And so there is a lot happening with the generation, because there's an upgrade that's happening with the generation. Aquarius rules the community. It rules society. It rules the collective. But it also rules the crown, okay? The crown chakra, as well as the need to detach from society. It's about being an individual above all. Even though Aries energy rules the journey and our own personal, like, how we move through the journey, Aquarius rules our individuality, but how we use that individuality when we're in the middle of the collective, okay? When we present ourselves, this is who we're seeing, this is how we talk, this is how we deliver, this is how we communicate, okay? And so there is a focus on what it is that we collectively, how we are collectively upgrading, how we're collectively ascending, how we're collectively going through our own individual transformations so that then we can show up to the collective and be like, hello, this is me, this is what I do, this is, you know, all of the kind of things, and I stand by who I am. I stand by what I am, and that's it. This is who I am. And so when you have Saturn in Aquarius in retrograde, Saturn is saying, I need you guys generationally, because again, Saturn is a generational planet. I need you guys to look backwards. I need you guys to literally look back. I need you to think back. And because again, Mercury is in retrograde in Gemini, it's all about consciousness. You mentally have to process all of these things, all of these journeys that you're taking. You have to turn the other way and say, okay, let me reflect backwards. You have the planet of time, karma, trauma, like sitting here and telling me that there's trauma there. There's things that need to be addressed within the bloodline, and there are upgrades that are happening, not just to me, but to everyone. So am I going to catch the wave, or am I just going to get railroaded by Saturn? Because that's the thing about Saturn. Saturn will be the one that even if you do not want to, even if you don't want to transform and heal and progress, Saturn is the planet that analyzes how you spend your time on this earth. Saturn is time, okay? Saturn is time. When I'm doing an Akashic Records reading, y'all, I'm accessing the time that you have spent on this earth. It is literally cataloging your time. That space itself is ruled by Saturn. Looking at time and looking at the traumas and the karma, the connections, the soul connections, all of that is ruled by time. So the time that you spent on this earth, when you waste it, when you don't pay attention, when you're not centered, when you're not grounded, because that's the other thing about Saturn. Saturn is a very grounded energy. However, it also co-rules Aquarius. And Aquarius is all up in the mind. Capricorn and Aquarius energy are two separate beings. However, they're grounded. Aquarius is still a fixed sign, y'all. It's not a cardinal sign like Capricorn. It's still a fixed sign. It understands that it needs to be present individually within the collective. And so right now, we need to evolve within our own individual bodies, our own individual personalities, our own egos, our own journeys, our own bloodline, and actually evolve them. Move into the future, move into what's coming for us, setting ourselves up for success, because that's really what Saturn wants. He's like, Saturn is always just trying to set you up for success. I literally had the easiest goddamn Saturn return of my damn life the past couple of years, like right before Saturn went into Aquarius. Granted, I am a Capricorn, and I do have a Capricorn stellium, and I also have Saturn in Capricorn. So it was relatively easy for me to get through, but it's because I didn't fight it. I understood that Saturn was going to remove things that I didn't need, and I opened myself up to the possibilities of being set up for success, because I know that if I'm set up for success, then I'm gonna be good. What is the problem with being good? Like, imagine being mad at someone who just wants you to be happy. Like, that's literally what a lot of people sound like, being mad at Saturn a lot of the time. They just be like, oh my God, I gotta move out my house and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but maybe you really needed to move. Maybe you needed to be in a separate place. Maybe that place was creating a huge stagnant environment. And maybe that's not where you were supposed to be. So you could meet this person and that person who will push you into the next stage of your journey. Maybe you needed to move. Like, a lot of people get really comfortable with their root, forgetting that the time you spent on this earth, it's you move, you grow, you move, you evolve, you ascend higher. You look at the trees. The trees don't just stay close to the ground. They come up and reach to the sky. They reach to the sun. We're constantly evolving. We're not just staying in one place. Like, yeah, our feet are staying to the ground. We're moving around, but we are ascending. We're moving up. We're reaching higher. We're trying to get more of that sunlight, that joy. Okay. And so when you guys listen, I'm telling you, when people bitch about Saturn, my Capricorn ass is just, I just laugh because it's very unnecessary. And because ultimately Saturn, as much as he's being like a very, parental like hand, he has a parental hand, he can be a little bit harsh sometimes. If you just did what you needed to do, it wouldn't be a problem. You would just go with the flow. And it really comes down to that. Look at your individuality. Look at who you are at your core. Are you comfortable with who you are? Are you comfortable with your energy? Are you comfortable with how you present yourself? Are there still things that you're working on? And if so, that is okay. Dive in deeper into the work that you need to do, so that way you're not lost or confused or like, oh, like, I don't know why and I don't know what. No. Dive in deeper to the work that you need to do. One of the things that, for those who don't know, I do have a podcast, and that episode just went up today. I talked about nature and how there's been a huge disconnect with nature and the collective. There's been a huge problem with nature and the collective because it has turned into the point where we have evolved past even needing nature. A lot of us, like if you look at the United States and you look at the statistics, there has been like even people who work their 9 to 5 like regular thing, a lot of those people don't even take vacations. They don't step outside of their thing because they're living in this kind of box where it restricts them and how to live. And that mentality of just, you know, working yourself to the bone, and then at 63 or 66 you get to retire, and then you get to use the little bit of money there to like move to Florida and then like have alligators in your backyard. Like, it's just absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane to think that we can live that life and be so disconnected to nature and not be depressed and not, you know, have issues with like your space, have issues in, you know, negative energy in your room, negative energy in your house, because everything is just so stagnant. Everything's not moving. Nothing's moving anywhere. Nothing is like flowing anywhere. You're just staying in the same spot. You're not, it's not a progress. It's not at all progress. And so what are we doing? How are you evolving? How are you growing? How are you transforming? How are you nourishing yourself? And the retrogrades are really, really pinpointing that. How are you nurturing yourself? And Mercury retrograde is like, it's all in your head. You're going to process it now. You're going to process it. Now you're going to sit here and you will process this and you will deal with it. You're going to have to process what your past, and you're going to have to process your karma, why you need to go the way you're going, and how at the end of the day, that's still you. It's still your personality. It's still what the journey that you need to take to be you, to be stronger. Like if we were just sitting on our asses doing the same thing every day, y'all will get so bored. Like, I know TikTok is like a trap sometimes because you can scroll like for the end of life, but there comes a time where you need to get off and go do other things and experience other things in life. And if we don't go out, if we don't connect back to nature, if we literally disconnect from nature in that way, we lose such a huge part of ourselves. Because then at the end of our lives, we're like, I wish I would have taken more vacations. I wish I would have been at the beach more. I wish I would have just been relaxed more. Okay, but why didn't you do that? Why didn't you pick to take a break? Why didn't you decide to like go reflect on your life, on your situations, on your relationships, on your friendships? Why didn't you reflect? Why didn't you do that? You could have done that. You could have done that. So I think this week, you guys really need to make sure that you're not ignoring the generational planets and the retrogrades themselves, because they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot. They're absolutely doing a lot. 1000%. So let's pull some cards for the week, because y'all, let's pull the cards from the week. I'm going to be using, I don't have this link down below because I didn't put it down there yet, but I'm going to be using the Ghetto Tarot. Booklet just fell. I'm going to use the Ghetto Tarot. I will link it on the description on YouTube after the video. I'm sorry, I forgot. But I'm going to link it down below for you guys. But I'm going to be using the Ghetto Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks. My fiance bought this for me. And one of my friends actually had it, and I loved it so much, so I had to get it. She got it for me, but I wanted it so bad. So collectively, what do we need to know for this week? Oh, sorry, I clicked it by mistake, Lana. I'm gonna read your comments in a second. Collectively, what do we need to know for this week? Collectively, what do we need to know? What do we need to know collectively? Collectively for this week. Oh, okay. Y'all. Okay, so first and foremost, we have the Ace of Swords. Look at how cool this damn freaking deck is, y'all. Look at it. Look at how cool this deck is. It's so cool. I freaking love that deck. So we have the Ace of Machetes, which is the Ace of Swords. We have the, that's the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. You have the Moon. Then we have the Six of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so first and foremost, We need to process. And this is what I said. The mind is absolutely, absolutely what needs to be processed during this time, because there's a lot of thoughts going on. We're in Gemini season. If you think that you can escape your mind during Gemini season, which is a season of communication in the mind and messages, you are crazy. You are crazy. There's a reason why this is coming up during this time. Do not forget, in tarot, the magician is Mercury. The magician wields all of the different aces. It picks which ace it wants to use during the time. Whatever time it is, it wields the one that it wants to use. Okay? And right now, we are getting told, work with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is connected to the mind. The Ace of Swords is connected to our throat. The Ace of Swords is how we communicate, how we make and create action by our words, by our thoughts. It goes from here, it comes out through here, and then we move, right? Okay? So think about it. When anytime it's actually, there's a statistics for this, you're most likely to keep doing something like I don't know, you told your friend you started to work out, you told someone that you're going back to school or something, you're more likely to do it just because you told that person, because you don't want to be like left looking like a fool later. So you're actually more likely to do it when you speak it into existence. And it's crazy how that works, but it's true. It's absolutely true. When we use the Ace of Swords and we say, you know what, this is what I'm setting intention for. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to focus on. This is what I need to clear up. This is what was bothering me. This is what you said last week. When you said that shit really rubbed me the wrong way. And it's not what I wanted to hear, and it hurt me in this way. This is what this meant when I actually said this. You took it in a different way, but this is what I actually meant. When you wield the Ace of Swords, you are choosing your words carefully. You are setting intention with your words. You are basically setting the tone, okay, for what it is that you are trying to do and communicate. However, you see how we're getting the Six of Pentacles here? That means that we actively have not been choosing the best thing for us as of late, okay? And this week has us in a state of realization. It has us in a state of trying to process how our own words, okay, have kept us in the Six of Pentacles energy, okay? The Six of Pentacles energy, which I've talked about on my TikTok before. You guys can find that video. But Six of Pentacles is really a lot of the time a huge red flag for me. It really is. Not even just outside of relationships. In relationships, hell yeah. But when it comes to the mind and the way that the reading is coming up, this is a lot of the time a huge red flag for me, because it shows where the imbalance are. You think that you can kind of say whatever you want to say and still receive from the universe. You think that you could just be out here being like, oh, I'm broke. I'm going to be broke next week, or I'm going to be broke this week. I don't have any money. Like, oh, all this stuff. And then you expect the universe to just dump $500 worth of cash to your bank account the next day. You keep saying and talking a lot of shit about your life, and then you expect to still receive and have your ancestors, take care of you and everything be in alignment. You expect a lot for someone who's talking a lot of shit and not doing the work. Y'all expecting a lot. And this is why it's not happening. In order for you to receive what it is that you want, okay? And this is coming into this eclipse. In order for you to receive what you want, because we have the Moon card here. It's a card of Pisces. The Moon card, reflection, understanding the subconscious, understanding your secrets at your core, why you're downplaying yourself, why you're downplaying your power, your abilities, your craft, why you're not speaking on behalf of yourself, why you're letting yourself get railroaded by other people and let them walk over you, even though you know that you have a voice and you know that you don't need to be submissive in that situation and you can stand up for yourself. Reflecting on when we have been misusing our voice. What we think and how it comes out through here has not been in alignment. It goes from I think something into a whole entire lie, which is keeping us stagnant. It's keeping us in a place where we're only receiving as much as we think that we can receive. It keeps us in a place where we are limited by our own perceptions of our own limitations, okay? It is literally inside. It is your mind. You are actively your biggest enemy, okay? You are actively working against yourself. And so how do you correct that? Okay, how do we correct that? You have the Six of Wands. and we have the Eight of Pentacles. We need to put in the work. Okay, you want to see yourself succeed? You want to be in a good place? You want to be mentally in a good place? You want to like be in a place where you are within your power, where you have recalled your power? Because listen, y'all, this card, the Six of Wands, is someone who is in a very high horse. They have put themselves on a high horse, and they are celebrated for the fact that they have the control, that they have come back from that war, and that they have actively succeeded and avenged and did all of the things. This person is just a hero. This person is just almost like half worshipped. They're just like in a really, really great place. They got themselves together. They're getting the acknowledgement from their peers. They're able to kind of see themselves as like, wow, I've reached a point in my journey where I feel so good about myself. This is what the Six of Wands looks like, right? But we need to work for that. We need to set intention for that. We need to stop getting into our own way. We need to like really remove ourselves, our ego, from thinking that we can talk all this shit. We can make a lot of bad decisions that we know are bad for us, and that we'll still be a-okay, that there are no consequences. What did I say about Saturn? There are consequences for your individuality, you yourself acting out of your own like way. Like if you're acting against yourself, if you're constantly acting against yourself, you are getting in your own way, and you're not allowing yourself to be great because of it. It really, a lot of it is on you. A lot of it is on you. And so you got to put in the work. The Eight of Pentacles is all about taking things one step at a time. You see, the pentacle itself, it takes a minute to build it. You can't just expect it to be built in one day. You can't expect to see the money just come in all in one day. You can't expect to have that relationship, that love that you want, just come in one day. You have to give things time. You need to let things marinate. You need to let things like literally like get the juices. Okay, if you cook a meat, if you marinated a meat and you literally marinated it 2 seconds before you about to drop it in the pot, is it gonna taste as good as if you had marinated it overnight? No, it just ain't. It's not, because it didn't have the time. Saturn, the time to absorb that energy. The more time that you give something to do what it is that it needs to do, the more fruits of your labor, you'll be able to see the benefits from the labor that you put in. The less time and the little, you know, again, with the words, because this is the fastest moving element. Air is the fastest moving element. When you speak out against yourself and you're like, oh, this and that, and I'm not going to have this, and that's it. You spoke it into existence, and it happens quick. Why do you think the air element moves so quick? We're doing the air element right now. I am talking to you. This is all coming from my throat chakra. We are in consciousness right now. This is how quick this works. So when you talk shit about yourself, when you sit here and like block yourself, when you block your opportunities, when you're talking shit, when you don't want to admit you're wrong, when you don't want to like tell the person the truth of how you felt in those moments, and you're just kind of like using your words to be like elusive and like just not saying what it is that you need to do or need to say, when you are not advocating for yourself, you are not sitting in your greatness or your power. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This takes work. It takes work. It takes work, y'all. It takes work. Take it from a goddamn Capricorn. It takes work. It takes time. It takes making that decision. It takes putting in the time for you to see yourself be elevated in that way. You can't just expect things to happen in one day. Okay? The seed doesn't go from a seed to a ginormous ass tree in one day. Therefore, you cannot expect your own journey to be that way. You just can't. It's not realistic. It's just not realistic. And so this week calls for us to reevaluate where we have ourselves been creating more stagnation for ourselves, where we have ourselves been getting in our own damn way, and where we haven't been speaking up on our behalf in order to elevate our own spirit in our journey in this life. And that's how this week is going to be a trigger. If you look at the bottom of the deck, Strength, King of Pentacles, Justice. See, a lot of it is the ego. Some of y'all are moving from a place of like not wanting to address the ego part, like not wanting to admit that you did something wrong, because the ego is a very sensitive place, okay? The ego, there's a reason why this is associated to the Strength card. The ego is, at the end of the day, this Leo energy. This is Sun's energy. The ego doesn't like being wrong. that doesn't mean that the ego can't evolve. Okay, it has to, it naturally has to adapt. When it doesn't, it creates too much stagnation, and then that's when you see the friction, and then that's when you see the stubbornness with this King of Pentacles here. They think they got it all together, they think they got everything, they think that they're in this beautiful, beautiful balance, but in all reality, they're just traumatized by the time that they have spent on this life. They're just traumatized. They're acting, look, you look at the whole entire bottom of the deck. This is a whole entire problem. They're just traumatized. A lot of the time we think we're being strong. We're actively just traumatized by our experiences in this world. And if we don't process them, and take the power that it has over us and transmute it into something else, we just gonna be stuck. We're just gonna be stuck. I'm letting you know. We're gonna be stuck. And it's just gonna be a larger problem on the long run. So, one of the cards I wanted to use today was the Okana. Okay. This deck right here is absolute savagery. I was like, let's do some shadow work today. And then, so what card should we be looking at collectively? Spirit, give me the message for us collectively. Collectively, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay, I'm going to take those two. Okay, so the first one is harmony. Wait, hold on. Let me shake the chicken pout. Woo, woo, woo. Harmony. Harmony. And it says, where there is life, there is always hope. And then we have flare. Okay, flare. Flare. Y'all caught the tiger in here? Like, I wasn't just talking about cats. When the lightning flashes, it touches the sky and the earth. Okay. Let us look at the book, because listen. This whole deck is only for shadow work. If y'all ever get this deck, you can only use it for shadow. I mean, unless you want to be read every day to the filth, you can use it otherwise. But I don't recommend. I don't recommend using it for anything else. Hi, my baby love. Let me. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Trying to find harmony. I found flare. I just need to find harmony. She here somewhere. Where I move the thing up. Flare. Okay, she here somewhere. Harmony. 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 Oh. Harmony. Where's harmony? There we go. I found harmony. Okay, let me just hook it over here. Okay. Harmony, y'all. Where there is life, there is always hope. Shadow element. A struggle with being hopeful and optimistic. Are you a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of person? This card suggests that you are currently experiencing a time where your spirit is harmonious. I cannot pronounce that word. Y'all, I'm just saying. With your surroundings. However, instead of focusing on what you can do to alter your reality, you have lost hope in that there ever being a time where you are truly content, happy, and at peace. It suggests that you may have given up. Are you longing for harmony and don't know what to do to grasp it? Your ancestors recognize the dejection and manifesting in your heart and are telling you to work with the joys you experience. Even if it's a small act of light, a nice candle, or watching one of your favorite films, doing this gives you the opportunity to plant a seed of contentment. Even if the size of the mustard seed, you can water it with other small acts so that it grows into a positive disposition that you can harvest in times where you feel you are being tested emotionally. Y'all, this deck is like a savagery. Anyway, it's the Akamara Tarot Okana deck for those who are curious on what it is. But flare. When the lightning flashes, it touches the sky. Shadow element. Experiencing emotional outbursts and perhaps even taking things out on others. An integral part of emotional maturity is being able to acknowledge what we feel and express ourselves in an appropriate way. Accusing ourselves Excusing ourselves to be alone or be with our most trusted friends to express ourselves in a safe way is vastly underused, which is why compartmentalizing stress, frustration, and anger seems to be nearly impossible in the moment. This card is acknowledging that you or someone you know may struggle with expressing intense emotion in a way that is fair to you or them, but is also fair to those around who are either happy to give the space that is required or who want to be there for the confident. Flare, as in Templar flare, is suggesting that there may also be a struggle with taking said intense emotions out on people and failing to realize that others are not responsible for the way you feel in the same room. Trying to bring others down when you feel down is not only unfair to them, it is unfair to the interpersonal relationships health in the long term. Y'all, I told y'all this deck is only for shadow work. I don't want to hear it in the comments. I don't want to hear it in the comments. Harmony and flare. And I told y'all, there's a lot of ego connected to this. There's a reason why strength came out at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of ego connected to this. And the issue at hand ultimately comes up because there's a lack of harmony. There's a reason, y'all. Let's talk about this a little bit. Libra is the cardinal sign out of all of the air signs, right? And so it rules balance, justice, and harmony. It takes from the other signs as well. All of the cardinal signs take some of their gifts and some of their abilities. Just as Capricorn focuses on the finances and Taurus rules financial institutions, Capricorn also loves to enjoy things and loves to find the pleasure in things. That's why it has goals set up to do so. It's the same thing with Libra. Libra understands that through words come harmony. Through having relationships with people, through understanding our connections with people, we can balance out not only our energy, but we can learn more about the collective itself. So there is a lot that comes from holding that harmony and maintaining our ego in place. There's a lot that needs to be like broken apart, like really like analyzed about how our ego plays a role in our own stagnation and how it makes us sit in a place where we're lacking that harmony, we're lacking that balance, we're lacking that calibration because there is no moment of reflection. There is no, hey, can we talk about it? Hey, can we just, I want to talk to you about what you said a couple of days ago. Like, it didn't sit right with me. Like, there is none of that. None of that is being had. Like, talk things out, reach out, express how you feel, work through your ego. Work through your ego, y'all. Y'all need to speak, like, even if what you feel like you're going to say sounds selfish or sounds like rough or whatever it is, just tell the person, hey, you know, I want to talk to someone, or I need to talk to you because this has been in my heart and it's been like weighing me down. It's been making me feel a certain type of way. I want to talk to you about this. If that person is not capable of, you know, holding that conversation with you, understand that and accept that. Not everybody needs to listen to our own personal, you know, situations. Not everybody needs to do that. However, if that person is open to having that conversation, be open about how you feel, but also be open to literally being put or working things out in a way that maybe you were the one who was wrong in the first place. Like, maybe it's not like everything. I've told you guys many, many times before, not everything is about you. Not everything's about you. Sometimes you have to understand that other people and another person has just as much willpower for themselves as you do, and they could have valid points too, and they could have points that you weren't even thinking about. And if at the end of the day you can come into that harmony from looking at your ego and how it's been stopping, you know, that growth, that's what matters, because then you analyze what needed to be analyzed, you processed it. And so, y'all, I'm telling you, this deck is absolute savagery. Absolute savagery. But definitely recommend getting it. Okay, she is a Black-owned business, and she is amazing. All her cards are like absolute chef's kiss. But that one specifically is just for shadow work, and I only whip it out when I need to read y'all to the film. Okay, Archangel Michael, what do we need to know collectively for this week? What do we need to know collectively? Okay, not that many cards, y'all. Not that many. You playing with me right now. What do we need to know collectively for? Okay, wait, baby, can you get me that one? It fell. Please, it fell. I can't read it from over here. Okay, so the first one. Oh damn. Oh damn. The first one is honor and trust your feelings. Honor and trust your feelings. This is one of those moments where I always laugh because you guys know that the archangels like to troll me every single time. They just like to basically summarize a whole healing circle. Anyway, the prayer goes. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. Love. The next one is self-respect. 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 And the prayer goes, Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring me and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. Y'all, why? Why do the archangels troll me like this? This is okay. Anyway, okay. Woo! And grant me the courage to speak up on myself for my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships, that I am surrounded by loving and kind people. Self-respect. Self-respect. I'm telling you, the archangels troll me every single time. I do a whole, how long we've been here? An hour and 11 minutes. And then they come around and they just be like, in summary, y'all, this is Troll City. The next one is be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And the prayer goes, Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nourishing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me to know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. Archangel Michael, y'all. Give an applause to Archangel Michael for repeating everything I just said. But it's fine. We cool, we Gucci, you know, we aight. All right. We're going to pull from 2 more decks, and I'm going to read all your comments because there's a lot of comments. Okay, that was a lot. That was really fast. What do we need to know this week for the collective? What do we need to focus on collectively? So I'm using the Nature Speak Oracle for this one. That one is linked below for those who asked me where the decks are from. The first one that jumped out like in 0.1 second was Love and Healing. Love and Healing. Love and Healing. Why? Because a lot of you guys, it's so funny, I did a whole Mercury retrograde video on my TikTok, and I'm literally getting current comments about how people, like how it just started happening to them. They're like, I don't know anything about astrology, but my ex, like I broke up with my ex, and then I broke up with my last person, and then one of the exes came back, and it was a whole thing, and I'm just like, astrology. So yeah, there is a lot of love healing that's happening right now. And again, like I said in that video, not everything is about you. Okay, you have to understand Mercury retrograde. It is a healing experience for your mind. You are processing things emotionally so you can release, so you can be open to that transformation, so that you can be at peace with that relationship, with that situation, with that friend, with whoever it is. You don't need to talk to anybody or reach out to your exes to heal from them. However, if they do reach out, or if you want to reach out, if you are called in your heart to be like, you know what, I just want to squash this beef, or I just want to clear this air, or I just want to speak my mind, then do whatever you need to do. You know, at the end of the day, you will do what you need to do. But you're working with the energy of Mercury retrograde when you're doing that. You're working with Saturn's energy when you're doing that, because you're saying, hey, this is who I am individually. This is what happened. This is what trauma and karma I'm still holding from this relationship. And I just want to let you know, like, I forgive you, or I'm letting go of this. I think that this has taken up a lot of my energy and my time and space, and so I'm going to let this go. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for teaching me the lessons, and peace out. Peace out, Homeskiller Biscuit. Like, you have to be aware of what people have done to you, what their presence has brought to your life, how you have evolved, the lessons that you were taught. Lessons are ruled by Saturn. It's all about karma. What have you learned? What have you learned? What did these exes teach you? What did these ex-friends teach you about having friends, about having relationships, about trusting people? I'm telling you, there's a lot of love healing that's happening right now. Persist in pursuits. Why? Because some of you guys still need to hold on to some of your dreams. There's a lot of you guys that are almost like in the state of you're really individually going deeper into yourself, but don't lose sight of what it is that you love, because at the end of the day, those things that you dream about doesn't mean that it's not something that you can't do or you can't have just because you're going through this transformative experience. It just means that you could do two things at one time. Okay, you could process and do some healing and still be that bitch over there. Okay, you could do both things at one time. You could still hold your dreams and your goals for yourself in hand and say, hey, this is still something that's very alignment with who I am. This is what I'm meant to do, what I'm meant to be. I'm just kind of going through some healing right now. I'm doing a lot for myself, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm still good. I'm still in alignment. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You heal yourself and you continue to push forward. Okay? We have harvest and sow. Because for some of you, you guys have been setting the foundation to your own evolution. You have been setting the foundation and you have been working on it for a long time. And you know who's been paying attention? Saturn. And some of you will be benefiting from the work that you have put in, from the amount of time that you have invested in those dreams and those goals for yourself. You're going to be seeing some breakthroughs coming through. And I think for the most part, for those who are in that place within the eclipse where they're open to allowing that transformation to take place during this time, continue to plant those seeds and ask for what it is that you know is in alignment to you, and continue to look around you and look at what spirit has already given you. Have that gratitude, okay? Have that gratitude of what you already have, what's on your table, what you can eat from. Have that gratitude. That gratitude is going to lead you to be more happy about the next thing, okay? The next thing is hidden realms open. Why? Because we're in Gemini season. Gemini is a messenger, okay? Y'all, listen. Y'all know I have a Gemini moon. This whole entire Gemini season, every Gemini season, it's a whole bunch of messages from spirit for me. Granted, this happens to me all of the time because I'm a Gemini moon. But specifically during Gemini season, my brain is like, it's a buzz. It's a buzz, and it comes in with the energy of consciousness. It's about things that you need to be aware of. Hidden realms open is letting you know that if you wanted to tap into it, you can absolutely tap into it. It's just giving you say, hey, the doors are open for you to come in and walk in and ask some questions or ask some messages, or doors are open for you to do ancestor work. The doors are open for you to ask for guidance. The doors are open for you to ask your mom, or ask your mom stories about your grandma or their great grandpa, the history of that person, so you can get to know some of your ancestors better. The doors are open. You can do that. You can through meditation, you can access it, and you can ask for those questions. You can ask for that guidance. You just need to take it. Gemini season is such an intuitive time for getting direct messages, just as much as you can pick up a phone and call somebody and be like, hey, what's up? You can do the same thing to your ancestors. You can do the same thing to pretty much anyone that you yourself are trying to contact, especially energetically speaking. There's a lot going on spiritually right now, and there's been a lot of, oh my God, and I feel like Cancer season is going to be a whole entire wave, but there's a lot that's happening generationally right now with the way the planets are set up and the way everything is moving and shifting. There's a lot of light, there's a lot of illumination, there's a lot of transformation, and it's coming from the search for the truth, the search to connect, the search to be one with the people, the search to dive in deeper into things, and it's coming into this space of hey, are things open? Can I dive into this more? Can I search more? Can I ask questions? Can I look in deeper? What can I learn about this? And so you need to understand that things are open for you to learn and explore. Gemini is a mutable sign. It's changeable. It goes with the flow of things. And who also is a mutable sign? Sagittarius, which is the sign of study, education, the mind, really focusing on what you know, your philosophy. Okay? And so right now, you can dive in deeper into the things that you want to know, the things that you want to be conscious about, the things that you want to be aware about, so that you can then absorb that, and that is then part of you. So keep in mind, y'all, look at the bottom of the deck, relationship balance. I can't. They said relationship balance. This is I gotta laugh at some of these cards sometimes because they just make me laugh. Okay. What do we need to know collectively for this week? what do we need to know collectively for this week? Okay. So, first one is family changes. Family changes. Because if you think that there's not a lot, again, I told you guys, Pluto is in Capricorn and retrograde. Capricorn, it's that root chakra, that the ancestors, that's where they're accessed through the root. So you can't negate this. If you have been doing a lot of ancestor work, you're going to start seeing the benefits of it this week as well. You're going to start seeing how the amount of work and effort you have put into not only getting to know them but healing them, that you're going to start seeing how some of that pays off. Like some of them are actually going to pull through for some of the things that you guys have been asking for and wanting them to do. So keep that in mind, because it's there. It's not only about love relationships that are being healed. Keep that in mind. The family is also, there's a lot of family healing that has been going on and for a minute now. And you're going to see a lot of the fruits of your labor, of the work that you have put into making those connections. The next one is motivation. Motivation. What are you motivated by? What is something that you want to achieve during Gemini season? What is it that you feel like you need to do right now in order to set yourself up for success for the rest of the year? What makes you happy? Do you want to do what makes you happy? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to get some fresh air? Do you want to follow what you're passionate about? Or do you just want to sit and just not do anything? Motivation. Right now, it's really a good time to follow your motivation. Granted, Gemini season, because it's such a buzz, this is one of the seasons that flies by. And I told you guys in the last live that this happens. And look at us. We're already in June. We're literally almost done with Gemini season. Gemini season is the fastest moving goddamn season of all the damn seasons. And so there is this energy of kind of like trying to catch that wave, trying to catch air in your own hands, right? And so because that days are moving so quickly and because more people are abuzz, and you kind of see how Gemini season kind of brings that little buzz to the communities, and more people are going out. It's springtime. Everybody wants to go out to dinner. Everybody wants to go to the beach, all of these kind of things. Motivation. What is your motivation? If you're finding yourself more stuck, then you have to process your mind. If you find yourself like, you know what, you've been focusing a little bit more, like it's gotten a little bit easier for you to focus, or for you to be like, okay, let me focus my energy over here. Let me work on this. Let me clean the room. Let me do a blessing. Let me just cleanse the house. Like I just feel like I need to let some air out. We're right now not only inspired but motivated to make some moves, to make some shifts, to create a little bit of change around our surroundings. And that includes our body. We also got a new exercise program. Okay? New exercise program, because listen, quarantine was an absolute hot mess. Okay? And so when we have everything that happens within quarantine, especially with our bodies, it put a lot of people in a position where there was a lot of emotional eating. There was a lot of just like, it was just rough to get through when it came to the body being like cooped up inside, not being able to go outside, all of these kind of things. It created like a little bit of a disconnect between the physical body and ourselves and our spirit, like feeling really comfortable in our skin, feeling comfortable in our bodies, like feeling like we're okay, feeling like we can still ground ourselves and go outside and do all of the things. And now as we're going back outside, and as it is summertime, a lot of people are, in the mindset of summer. What happens in the summer? We go to the beach, we go to the river, we go to the lake. We try to spend some time, we get a break, we try to spend some time in nature, right? And so this is the time where it is a focus for us to really reconnect with our bodies and see where we consciously are and where there has been any type of breakdown with how we feel about ourselves. If you have been feeling like, oh my God, your back is hurting, your knees are hurting, you just feel tense, or you keep waking up like you're sleeping wrong, you need to stretch out. You need to like make sure that you are working through your body. Like even if something as simple as jump roping or something like if you wanted to do yoga, you wanted to start running or whatnot, doing something that gets your body kind of moving helps you feel more within your body, helps you feel more grounded, helps you feel more clear. It's the adrenaline, it's the endorphins. It's a lot of positive energy and positivity that's activated on a cellular level within our bodies when we are moving, when we're active. So it is also a really good time to be active right now, and also a really good time to reevaluate where we have been really stagnant with our own physical bodies. So yeah, y'all, that is the weekly healing circle. I'm gonna go through these comments real quick because y'all wrote a lot of stuff. Hold on, let me start at the beginning. Okay, hold on. Instagram first. Yeah, so that one, Leo Rising Gang, you already know. Thank you for the huts. I just finished some readings. Now I'm chilling with my son drinking beer. Aw, that's so cute. Mission Tainment, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Wait, love that. Love your lives. Alchemy. Thank y'all. Shadow work. Shadow work has been a theme for me 1000%. Shadow work. I need this deck. Yeah, this deck I believe is currently sold out. Y'all gotta check. Her business name is Akamara Tarot on Instagram, so definitely check her out because that deck is amazing and it's a Black-owned business. Support the Black-owned businesses. Slap in the face. Mars and Cancer. LOL. This is good. Trolling. Thank you. You guys are welcome. Okay, let me check. I know YouTube has most of like the comments, so I'm gonna check the TikTok first. Hold on, I'm scrolling to the top. There's a lot of messages on here. I would love to have you as my mentor. I feel connected to you in a way that I can't explain. That's so funny. I am currently not taking any mentorships yet. I think like honestly, I feel like I need a couple more years before I'm comfortable doing that. But eventually, I know that I'm gonna get to that point where I'm doing it. But yeah, but for now, we will be here. We will connect here though. Let me see what else is here. Yas, will you be willing to work with me more because I feel connected to you? What I said before, what I just said. But if you wanted to book a reading with me or anything like that, my website is in the link in my bio. Love what you said about Scorpios. We get a lot of shade. I don't know why. Like Scorpio is one of my favorite signs. I'm here from the Scorpio video. Thank you. You are welcome. Scorpios is literally one of my favorite signs. They're absolutely amazing. Okay. Okay. She said, babe. Okay. My fiance is a Gemini. Okay, so she's feeling a little biased. Like she wants it to be Geminis.
I want it to be.
She wants it to be Geminis, but it
is.
She said it is. Here for the Scorpio videos by moves in the 12th house. And I'm a tarot reader. That makes sense. Where do you live? Like, I'm in the tri-state area. Hello, yes, hello. Absolutely love your Scorpio intuition video. You are welcome. Thank you for all the love. Oh my God, there's so much love on TikTok in here. But thank y'all for all of the love and all the comments. Okay, let me go through YouTube real quick. Well, once I released Woo Chile, the speed I lifted up and took off. Scorpio popping 1000%. Listen, Pisces in the third. I'm glad the meditation was really helpful for you guys. That makes sense with genetics has done. You see even with siblings differences in DNA, certain bloodlines reveal themselves. We got to do more history ancestor work. 1000%. I'm telling you, certain people are born into different bloodlines and they activate certain parts of that blood, and people don't even know. They don't pay attention to this. This is my Scorpio, my own personal Scorpio placements. Be peeping a lot of shit that people don't pay attention to. What you call it? I'm in my Saturn return, so I'm soaking all of this. Listen, just roll with it. Just discovered your channel, sending you love from Chicago. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, so much love today. I've been really emotional for the past few days. The deck was spot on. I told you, this deck is a savagery. Savagery. Hey, love, how do I get a reading, or do you do readings? I do readings. The link will be in my bio. It's in the description of my link tree. So it's in my website. So for those who want to do readings and stuff like that. So yeah, y'all, that was the weekly healing circle. I hope that you guys got all the messages and all the things to set you up for success for this week. Okay, I will try my absolute hardest to go live next Monday, but if I don't, it's because I'm in Puerto Rico. So yeah, but there will be a vlog for y'all. For those who follow me on the other platforms, make sure you follow me on YouTube because they get like the larger content. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Also, Goddess Hour is gonna, you guys are gonna get that tomorrow. Okay, bye. Bye, y'all. Okay, let me sign off on this. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye.